NewsX, our top focus. While we were delighted to see the entire Bollywood brigade dressed in their very best at a recent bash to celebrate the holy festival of Ganesh Chaturthi, it left us awestruck with the sari-clad actors. It got us thinking whether it's time to reinvent the traditional sari. In this modern day and age, are we leaving behind our traditional robes in order to fit into Western culture?
Well, everyone is entitled to their own fashion trends. I think Bollywood leads by example. When you have a Deepika Padukone wearing a sari, you say "Wawa," and when you have a common woman wearing it every day, you don't take notice of it. It's how you wear it and who wears it. But more importantly, for India as a country, we must take it to the international platform.
Vandana Sebastian is joining us with further details on this story. Vandana, it's of course a recent Bollywood bash for Ganesh Chaturthi that saw a lot of actresses turn out in saris. It was, of course, a traditional festival, so that's what they may argue for wearing the sari. But it's stirred a big debate on whether we've actually forgotten our traditional outfits in a whole westernization trend.
Well, yes, so that also in fact stirred a lot of nostalgia, because all these actresses, they put pictures of themselves on Ganesh Chaturthi, on Instagram, on social media, and it was met with a huge positive response, with people feeling very nostalgic, wondering whether the sari, which is a traditional Indian garment which has been worn for years, with pride and honor, with people wondering whether it's actually gone vintage. Deepika Padukone sari, for instance, she wore a beautiful Sabyasachi sari with a high neck blouse, with gold jewelry, something which is very traditional, but unfortunately we don't see Indian actresses wearing it, at least in the recent past. Remember, there was a time when Aishwarya Rai used to go to the Cannes festival. She would make it a point to wear saris. However, over the past couple of years, we see all these Bollywood actresses switching over to gowns, getting more westernized, which is fine, but of course there is a certain nostalgia element, we do wonder as to why is it that, you know, our Indian culture isn't being portrayed more strongly. And even in awards functions in India, there was a time when actresses would make it a point to wear saris. All the top actresses would be wearing Indian wear. Now we see a reversal of that. We see all of them wearing Western wear, wearing gowns. However, the reactions that we saw on social media, on Instagram, by people, by fans, clearly indicates that there is a certain amount of nostalgia, and the fact that, of course, fans seem to miss watching these actresses in traditional wear.
Absolutely. Well, Vandana, stay on with us. We're also opening this out for our viewers at this point. Our numbers are flashing there on your screens. You can call in and air your opinion on this big story. Do you believe that sari should be the way to go for big functions, for our Bollywood stars and other Indians as well? Whatever be your opinion on this story, you can call us and share your thoughts. We're taking your calls live on the program this Sunday evening. But coming back to you, Vandana, this of course has stirred a debate on the on saris versus gowns as well, given the fact that we've seen a recent trend of Bollywood stars and other international Indian personalities choose to wear Western outfits, be it gowns, be it dresses, be it skirts, at international events, be it the Cannes Film Festival or award functions. Earlier, there used to be a trend of saris, which has turned now to gowns and dresses.
I was just mentioning Aishwarya Rai. She was known to have a sari as a staple in her wardrobe whenever she would go to the Cannes Film Festival. For years, we saw her donning various beautiful saris at the festival over the years. But over the past couple of years, it seems like even she, one of our top actresses, has unfortunately switched over to the Western side. We see her wearing more gowns. It's become, in fact, quite a rare sight to watch our Bollywood actresses wear traditional wear at events. Of course, when it's a part of the movie, when it's a part of the script, we do see them wearing it on screen, but it is unfortunate that we don't see it at events, at functions, at award ceremonies. Even at Filmfare Awards, the IFA Awards, most of them, as of now, at least the young budding actresses, seem to prefer Western wear. which is why it was it was so refreshing to watch those pictures of these actresses on Ganesh Chaturthi. Most of them donning their saris, their traditional gold jewelry, which is also, in fact, a very Indian, very cultural thing. Gold jewelry, something that Indians have been wearing with pride over the years.
Okay.
It was interesting to watch them all return back to their roots.
Stay on with us, Vandana. We are being joined now by our first viewer calling in from Jaipur. Dr. Nilima is calling in. Go ahead, ma'am.
Yeah, I just have a comment on the young reporter's initial comment when she said these young actresses didn't wear saris in the beginning. If you remember, Deepika Padukone's first shot in her first movie was in a pink sari. Anushka Sharma came in Salwar Kameez in her first. Saree was in a sari in her first. I think what happens is, like everybody else, they wear saris, they wear other clothes. But to say that only now they're wearing saris, I tend to disagree with that.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Nilima, for joining us with your opinion there. From Jaipur, our next viewer is joining us from Chandigarh. Sanjeev Sagar is calling in. Go ahead, Sanjeev. Yes,
hello.
Yes, Sanjeev, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yes, I just wanted to say that you've taken up this issue about wearing saris by actors and actresses. See, they should portray the Indian culture with more potentiality. Like we are just aping the West, talking in English. When we are making Hindi movies, when we are acting in our dialogues and everything is in Hindi, then why don't we take pride in speaking in Hindi and taking up our own culture? We should portray it with more potentiality abroad also in all functions. And I'm glad that you have taken up this issue.
All right. Thank you, Sanjeev, for joining us there from Chandigarh. So clearly, of course, you feel that the entire westernization concept spreads to language as well. Let me quickly bring in a well-known fashion designer, Reena Dhaka, at this point, who's also joining us on the broadcast. Reena Dhaka, are saris back in vogue? We're seeing various celebrities wear it, of course, at Ganesh Chaturthi functions and parties in Mumbai. Are saris back in vogue?
Well, when lead young actors, especially the ones who are very young, like Kangana Ranaut, Deepika Padukone, I see others as well. When they endorse the sari, others will follow because their following is immense in the country, especially in the youth. This would immediately create trends wherein experimental forms of saris, whether as skirts or as drapes or as, new age avant-garde versions of it, they will float around and I will see more of them worn. Thank you, Deepika, for this.
Right. But because of course, Reena, what we're seeing is, a trend of our stars wearing Western outfits, be it at film award functions, be it at international film festivals as well in France and other countries, which earlier used to see actresses wear saris. So what do you feel about this?
Yeah. I like this year at Cannes, I thought Nandita Das came out as one of the best looks, personally. And the others all opted for these gowns. And I've also liked Aishwarya in the past wearing a sari. It's just that the actresses who represent India internationally or at the award functions or any visible medium, if they incorporate 30% of sari and its looks and variations, it suits all of us. Because Indian women, we look the best in saris, whatever one may say, whether it's an actor, otherwise, home. And if the girls endorse it, it would create trends, and of course the trickle-down effect comes around to the bottom workers, which are the weavers, artisans.
Because, yeah, no, that's a valid point you're making. And finally, I want to ask you on this trend, of course, also extending to weddings and other functions as well, Reena Dhaka, where, of course, you have, brides and their friends opting for saris. Okay, I'm going to have to stop.